think it's just my mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's 4:30, so I'd like to ask you to please join me as we rise for a moment of silence, and then we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could I have a roll call, please?
Brad Hint.
Here.
Ken Snyder.
Here.
Steve Hamill.
Here.
Chantal Ostra. Here. Tom Eggers.
Here.
Next item up is approval of the agenda. I'll take a motion for that. So move.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Eggers.
Aye.
Moving on then to the public forum portion of our meeting. Is there anyone here wishing to address the council at this time? Any written comments?
None.
Okay. We will then move on to the consent agenda. Take a motion for that.
So moved.
Support. Roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Eggers.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Then we move into new business. Officer Lushin is not here today. He's out sick, so we will approve the resolution and we will do the oath at another time. So I would consider a motion to approving his promotion to the position of sergeant.
So moved. Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ostra. Aye. Eggers.
Aye.
Ken.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye. All right, and we will look to see him in another time. Next item is the elevated tank repainting, considering of the contract. But before we do that, I'd like to open the public hearing, asking if anyone wishes to address the council regarding that contract. Again, no written, I'm assuming?
Correct.
Okay. A motion to close the hearing, please,
So moved.
Support.
and roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
And then we have the resolution awarding the contract. Is there anything you want to say at this point, Todd, regarding that, or pretty
Not really,
straightforward?
just good news. We had a good bid environment. It's been a long time since we've opened 11 bids for a project, so that was a welcome change. Many of them were rather competitive, so we're happy with that. And yeah, our recommendations there, we want to approve the base bid and then 2 alternates. And just in case you're curious, one alternate's actually putting a new ladder on the side of it. The current one is too close to the leg and doesn't allow for enough of a toe hold per OSHA standards. And the other one is just an additional railing on the roof for safety of people when they climb to inspect and or work on the tower. So, other than that, stand for questions.
Any questions for Todd? Okay. Then I would take a motion to approve the resolution awarding that contract.
So moved.
Support.
Last opportunity for discussion. Roll call, please.
Hamill.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Eggers.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
All right, moving right along. Item C is a resolution authorizing solicitation for proposals for disposal of 13th Avenue and the vacated right-of-way north of 14th Street there. Any comments about that, Todd? Pretty straightforward.
I guess, question?
Yes.
What was that ever intended for?
Probably a street.
Yeah, so there's been a few of them, and we vacated the others. This one was reserved for 13th Avenue at one time, but it would have went to the railroad tracks and stopped. And there was a lot behind it that used to be for sale for a different owner. So with that, or excuse me, it wasn't for sale, but it was by a different owner. And we couldn't vacate the right-of-way of that time because then it would have had a public use, so to speak. If somebody wanted to sell that lot or whatever, but now that the ownership has changed, it sets itself up to be okay to vacate. We don't have a use for it, in my opinion.
Any other questions? If not, I would take a motion to approve that resolution.
So move.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Eggers.
Aye.
Ostra.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
All right, that concludes our business. Our next item up is reports, and we have with us Kiana Johnson with the O'Brien County Economic Development. Welcome back. Good to see you again.
Thank you. I just realized on my way over tonight, this marks my 20th annual report to the Sheldon
Really?
City
Wow.
Council. Wow, so thank you. I
Time flies.
appreciate that. It's been great. I really appreciate being able to come for 20 years. So, I apologize if you hear the same thing every year, but I do like to recap, our organization and how we're funded. We are a private nonprofit. We get contribution dollars strictly from the county, each of our cities, businesses, utilities. So because of that structure, then our board is made up of a representative from each community. So your Sheldon rep is Mark Brown, and I appreciate Mark coming tonight. Thank you, Mark. He's been a great asset to the county board, and he does a really good job of representing the city of Sheldon. So at any time, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to reach out to Mark, myself, or anyone else on the list here. Going on to our revolving loan fund, that is one of the greatest tools we have in our toolbox, and we created this fund in 1989 is when we started putting money into our revolving loan fund. And that was a county fund, and when we made our first loan in 1993, I think it was for like $10,000. We had a $50,000 pool of money. It was in 2005 then we went out and sought additional funds, and that's when we applied to the USDA for our first IRP loan. So we made our first, or received our first award in 2006. Since then we received $500,000 in 2014. 2015 we got a grant for $196,000. In 2017 we got an additional $500,000, and again in 2023 we got an additional $500,000. So to date, 1993 through 2024, we've made 70 loans. Those loans have totaled over $5 million. We've created 319 jobs, retained 233. Our capital those businesses have created a capital investment in O'Brien County of over $37 million. And out of those loans, $1,313,000 have gone to the city of Sheldon. So we work cooperatively with the chamber. They have an RLF loan too, so we can both fund the same, excuse me, the same project in the city of Sheldon. So we've done that on various loans as well. Our revolving loan fund then, as our members are listed below, your Sheldon rep is Dan Mattis. We have a fabulous committee. They do their due diligence. They do an excellent job. I'm always amazed, when they come into a meeting. There are no territorial boundaries. They are looking at what is the good of O'Brien County. And one time I was asked to speak at a USDA conference revolving loan funds. And the speaker before me was cautioning everyone, when you put your committee together, do not put all bankers on. That is not going to be good. And then I get up and I'm like, well, my committee is all bankers, and they do a fabulous job. So I don't know. We don't fit that criteria, I guess, but I think it's just because we have such a great atmosphere of working together in O'Brien County that our committee does a fabulous job in awarding those loans. Next, our O'Brien County Tourism Committee. You probably have heard this a few times because I've been out talking about it, but this year, O'Brien County surpassed the entire state in state and local taxes in 2023, and also in visitor spending in 2023. And I think this is just dynamic because when you look at where we're at, we don't have the state's largest fair. We don't have the lakes. We don't have the universities that Sioux County has, or the Dutch Festival. We're O'Brien County, and we were able to surpass the entire state by showcasing what we have. And again, that just goes to our communities working together. and working together to promote our county as a whole, because if someone's going to come to Sheldon, there might not be enough here to keep them here for a weekend, but if you work, and promote something in Sanborn or Hartley or Sutherland, we can keep them here. And that's what our objective has been doing with O'Brien County Tourism. I'm really excited. I asked Tanya to serve on that committee, and she's agreed because she's really got a great concept in understanding the quality of life issue when it comes to keeping our workforce and attracting our workforce. And that's what it's about. We're in a society now where you can live in one place and work in another, because you can sit on your computer and do it. So why not make that O'Brien County? Why not make O'Brien County the place where people want to live and work? And so we're trying to do that. And I want to point out, in 2023, we also received the State Travel Iowa Award for Best Marketing Initiative. And that was because we brought 4 bloggers into the county. They stayed here, they ate here, they saw our attractions, and they blogged about it. And then we took that information and shared that out. So it received a lot of attention that way. And Sheldon was a great partner in that, and I want to, just kind of give a shout out to those businesses that worked with us, and I apologize if I missed anyone. The Sheldon Prairie Museum, Langer's and Cook's Cafe, the Dairy Dandy, Elgersma, Corey and Terry had a brand new B&B, and they offered, a night stay up to our blogger that came in. The Brew House, truly scrumptious. We also promoted your Frisbee golf course and the trails that you have here in Sheldon. Wansink Museum, they just really enjoyed having the bloggers come. In fact, a blogger, one of them, Sarah Brewers, wrote a book, and they also hosted her for a book signing. They were just very excited to have them in here. So those bloggers visited those locations, and then they posted it, and then we shared that information. So that got a lot of attention too. So when you see this number that we had a 7.6% increase in state and local taxes, these businesses were visited, but while those bloggers were here, they went to your restaurants, they went, and visited other businesses as well. So that's what we want to do, and it just really takes everybody working together to promote what we have, because we do have a lot of fabulous places. We're just really bad about talking about ourselves. I don't know if it's in Northwest Iowa, we're a little humble and we don't, think about it, but we have some great things that other places in the state of Iowa don't have. So looking forward to what we can do in the next year, and we did receive a tourism grant this year to continue what we've been doing with bloggers, but we're doing an agritourism focus. Agritourism is really popular right now, and we're bringing JJ, the Iowa Gallivant, back. He's been here a few times. This time we're going to do agritourism. We're kind of going to put a fun spin, but an educational spin on it as well. So if JJ goes out to the farm, he's going to milk a cow. He's going to get his hands dirty in the worm farm, the mulch. He's going to take a ride with a truck driver, picking up milk and delivering it to AMPI. So we really hope it's educational, because we think we know a lot of people don't realize where their food comes from. We know it, but you'd be surprised how many people don't realize that. So we want to show them that, but we want to have fun while we're doing it, and we think JJ will do a great job. So we're putting that itinerary together for October of this year. So looking forward to that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
That 7.6% is quite an increase.
It is.
So how does that look as far as a trend over the past few years? I know you don't have the information on here, but have we been increasing up to this point?
Actually, I do. So on the next page, I put a chart in there, and you can see in 2019, we were doing direct visitor spending. We did have a down year in 2020 and 2021. I think COVID, kind of did that, and we were kind of building up. So you can see we're 2023, and that's the direct visitor spending. It doesn't, it's not exactly the 7.6% that you were talking about, but I can get that information, yes, but I think maybe the year before it was maybe about 4%, 3%, so.
Yeah, I guess the reason for my question is are we gaining momentum on the programs that you're talking about? Are we seeing this kind of performance in our county based upon these programs you're talking about and our activity? Or is it just an anomaly that popped up and it's a great looking anomaly? Don't want to argue that, but.
Well, I think for us, I'd like to say it was a lot of the work, working with all the communities, the chambers, getting them, I think we've been building there. I think there's been a lot of focus or a lot of talk, and hopefully I've been talking a lot about it. Hopefully people are listening. You know, we need to promote ourselves. Quality of life goes hand in hand with economic development, and we need to promote that. And I think just using the resources, Travel Iowa is a great resource. It's free. They have multiple ways you can put your sites and attractions on there, and it's free. And so just getting our chambers, and I know Sheldon's done a good job of getting their sites and locations out there, their attractions, restaurants, getting that information out there, because a lot of people are going to the internet when they're looking for something to do. And if you have it out there, they're going to find it. So I think everybody's making a greater effort to get that information out there. So I'm going to say I think it's a trend. I think it's just a lot of hard work is starting to pay off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, interrupt anytime you have a question. I appreciate them. So yeah, actually, if you go on to the third page of the report, I have Build Your Trip. And this is a great way, and I'm going to use the city of Primgar as an example. We embedded this into our Tour O'Brien County website, and I went out to the city of Primgar and I said, let's build your trip. So say you're going to start in Sheldon and you're going to end up in Sutherland. Well, what it's going to do is show you everything in O'Brien County there is to do, and there was nothing to do in Primgar. They have a trail, they have a roller skating rink, they have a grain bin cabin. It was not listed on there. So they got the information put out on the website. They did that. So I just like to have everyone go out there when you have a chance and build your trip and see what's missing for your community, because it's free. Let's get everything we can listed out there, and I'll be telling the same story to every city I visit this year. And then Career Day, this year I believe is our 8th annual year, right, Justin? Yep. Yeah. Justin's on our committee, so is Tanya. So we started Career Day about 8 years ago, and I apologize if you've heard the story before, but when we started, we went and visited with the high school counselors, Sheldon, HMS, and South O'Brien, and we sat down with them and said, what do we need to do? And all of them said, you need to get the students into the place of business. So that's what we've been doing. So we do bus tours. We started out with just manufacturing, and then we saw an interest in healthcare, so we have added some healthcare facilities, and then we also added some agribusiness. And we also have had MMCRU join us, and they've been a participant probably for 6 years now. So we bring all the students to participating businesses in O'Brien County. Each school will get 3 business stops, and we try to make sure they get exposure to all 3 industries, healthcare, manufacturing, agribusiness. And then we also offer a scholarship. So last year we were able to award 2 $500 scholarships, and both recipients were here from Sheldon, Tori Elgersma and Ryan Volink. And that's a great way to help the students out. But also we wanted to show the students the place of business, because a lot of times we think, 1, they don't know we have that opportunity for them, and 2, they might have a misconception, especially our manufacturing plants. There's a misconception that there's no technology, it's a hot, dirty work environment, and when the students get into the place of business, they realize that is not at all what it is. And so one year, one of the students commented to me, he rode by Mill Creek Machining on the school bus every morning, and he was just shocked to see what was inside the business when he got in there. They had robotics, they had, technology, and it just was not at all what he thought. And that's what we want to do. We kind of want to educate the students, but also dispel any, preconceived notions they had of what was going on in there. And it's been very successful, we feel. I like to point out, last year, the newspapers always put the high school inserts of the graduates into the newspapers. So I had HMS, South O'Brien, and Sheldon's inserts, and I totaled up all the students who were leaving the area and going off to a 4-year university, and those that had chosen to go to NCC or stay local and work. And this year was the first time I've noticed that number of students staying local had exceeded those leaving our area. And I think that is great. I think that, again, just like tourism, it's what we're telling our young people. We have opportunities for them here. We want them to stay. We used to say it was okay, you know, if you want to go off and leave, but come back when you're ready to settle down. And we're finding they're not always coming back because it's warmer somewhere else, and especially a week like this, you know, we get that. So instead, let's just tell them we want them to stay. We have lots of opportunities. We have great job opportunities. We have a great college, and we have housing and quality of life issues. And again, tourism is so important. If we want to keep those young people and attract other workforce people to the area, we have to promote our quality of life and the things we have for them to do, because that's what we hear. There's nothing to do, but there are things to do. We just aren't doing a good job promoting it. We need to keep doing that because it goes hand in hand. So our career day this year will be May 1st. It's a Thursday, and we have changed it up a little bit. We're just doing tours strictly in the morning, and the students will go back to school in the afternoon. Another program I've been working on, and I am trying to set something up in Sheldon School District. I haven't got that confirmed yet, but I am bringing young people into the school, and when I say young, probably graduating within 10 years out. But students who have stayed local and entered the workforce or started their own business and live here. And I have been seeing great success in that, where the students engage with the panelists, because they don't want to hear me talk. I sound like mom telling them why they should stay. So if they can talk to their peers, and lots of times they know who these students are. And I've used this example once before, but it's a good one. In November, I did a panel discussion at HMS, and they wanted to healthcare, young people who are entered the healthcare industry. So one of the panelists was Ashley Corver here from Sheldon, and one of the students in the audience wanted to join the fire department. And so afterwards, she met with Ashley and had a good conversation. And before the discussion was done, we had called the fire chief, Brad Mendering, and she had signed up to meet with him and join the local fire department. So we're seeing those results because they can see someone else who's doing what they wanted to do. When I graduated high school, I thought there were only 3 opportunities, and that was to be a nurse, a school teacher, or secretary. I had no idea I could join the fire department or be a diesel mechanic or do some of the things that, you know, we see students doing now. And so this is such a great opportunity to bring those young people in, to tell the students, because lots of times they have no idea what they want to do. Another thing is we're really promoting the internships and the apprenticeships. I don't know a single business that would not welcome a student in to see what they do there, and if there's an opportunity for them to help get them an internship or apprenticeship, they would do that. Our employers are just so eager to have our young people come in there, and I always encourage the young people, if you're interested, you know, talk to your teacher, talk to me. I will get you in there to visit with the owner and see what's going on there. You know, we want to make those connections, so we're really trying hard to, you know, keep our young people local. And then finally, our value-added ag. That's one of our longest-serving committees. They started in 1989, and it's a group of agribusiness leaders who've been very helpful with us in our agribusiness recruitment. Currently, we've been talking to the Iowa Area Development Group, and the trend we're seeing going forward, they've told us, is hydroponics. So that is something we're going to be exploring and looking a little more into. It's kind of new to us, but we do have, I guess I shouldn't say that, we have a hydroponic tomato farm in Calumet, but otherwise we're not seeing a whole lot of hydroponics, and so that'll be fun to explore that and see where that goes. We do make the Value-Added Ag Hall of Fame Award every year at the the O'Brien County Fair, and this year the recipients were Johnny Westra and Fred DeYoung and Sons. So something I didn't add in there, but I do want to talk about some other resources we have, which is our regional group, Northwest Iowa Development. O'Brien County has been a member of that group since it started, and that membership includes the city of Sheldon. Tanya does a great job representing the city of Sheldon and attending those meetings. And through that, we've had exposure and have been given access to what's called LOIS. It's a Location One Information System. It's a website database where we can upload all our available properties, sites, and buildings. And Sheldon has theirs out there. Sheldon feeds into the county one. We have it on our website. So it's a great tool, a great resource we have to promote what we have available. So check those out. And again, I'd just like to thank Tanya. Working with her has been great, and I look forward to what we're going to do next. And Mark, thank you so much. Appreciate you being on the board, and thank you for having me. Any questions?
You talk a little bit about the revolving loan fund. How many applications and how many dollars did you give out last year in 2024?
I do have that chart, but not with me. I think we made 4 loans in 2024.
Okay. How many come back to Sheldon area?
Last year, I had 1 loan in the Sheldon area, and my memory, I'm thinking it was around 80,000.
Is that down from 23?
Probably up. I don't
Up?
think I had any
Okay.
Sheldon loans in 2023.
Okay, just curious what was,
Yep.
you told us what was taken in, but how much was going out, that's the key.
Right, so altogether over the years, Sheldon, we've done 1,313,000, but yeah, last year, I'm sorry, I can get that information to Sam too, but I know we just had 1 loan in Sheldon last year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Kiana? You mentioned the VAA. What is that acronym?
Oh, value added egg.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
And they've been really helpful in our agri business, so our dairy recruitment, Valero, the ethanol plant, anytime we have a business that's egg-related, they work,
All right.
are very helpful with us.
Very good. Well, thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
It's always good to
Appreciate
hear
it.
what's going on in our county, and we appreciate your work. And Mark, thanks to you too for representing Sheldon on that board. So, all right, the city manager's off to a ball game today, to a tournament game, so you can read his report in your agendas. I will then move on to Todd, if you have anything further.
No, thank you.
Eric. Tanya, anything further from you?
Just a few quick comments. I see one on the agenda today under the consent agenda, but we do have a few new businesses coming into town, a couple of those in the entertainment area, which is really nice for Sheldon. It'll be a couple new concepts. We also have a new coffee shop in downtown, which was formerly the Downtown Grounds. It is now My Tasty Coffee. We are currently working with them through the storefront program to get their new signage and everything up, and I did help them through a few other processes, but check them out as well. They did just fully open this week.
All right. Any questions for Tanya? We do have the luncheon tomorrow, right?
We do have a luncheon tomorrow at noon, so that'll be our first luncheon back in the community building.
All right, very good. Ange, anything from you today?
No, thank you.
Council to my left, anything?
I'd like to wish my fellow councilman a happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm getting close to retirement age.
Yeah.
And I think city clerk too.
And city, yeah.
Really?
Is it really? Oh, my
Today?
goodness, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
You share a birthday?
I guess we do, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Happy birthday to
Yeah,
you.
you too.
Happy birthday to both of you.
Thank you.
Wish you many more. Council to my right, anything from either of you?
No, you?
All right, and I have nothing further, so
Make the motion to adjourn.
So move, second.
roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Kent.
Aye.
Hamel.